All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Wa'arakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like. To the rest of the church who believe as well, including you women, to the dead in Yahweh Shai also, and the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. So this lesson, I decided to title it, Be Ye Transformed Inwardly First. Now we understand it's a process when you come into this truth. Men may think that you can fool people based off of your outward appearance. Any man can put on a garment. Any man can read precepts. But the inward man has to be corrected, and then it shows on the outward man. All right, so you have two pictures of myself. The one I had dreadlocks back in the world, and the other one, me out there teaching. And that was a picture from about, I'd say 4 years ago. But anyway, so I decided to use these pictures to help bring in the lesson. I'm going to start with the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 7. Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is in Mashayakyams, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Mashayakyam, even so are we Mashayakyam. All right. Now, most people in this world, they look at things by the outward appearance, according to what they think a person should look like. Like there's a trend now where having dreadlocks, women are starting to be drawn to it, liking a man to have dreads on his head. Oh, you look nice with dreads and all that. Try to persuade you, but really dreadlocks is against the scriptures. And that's not really what this lesson is about, but it can be a part of this lesson based off of the appearance. Now, we don't base people off their outward appearance because you have a nice garment. I'm supposed to assume that you're a man of the Lord. No, you have to be based off of your spirit, the inner man, your intent, your sincerity, your heart towards it. Is it really to be delivered and to wake up the elect to serve the Lord, or is it for your own gain? Is it just for something to do? Do ye look on things after the outward appearance? If any man trust to himself that he is Mashayakyam, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Mashayakyam, even so are we Mashayakyam. Now I'm going to go to the book of Mark, chapter 7. We can't look on things based off of the outward appearance. Okay? Sorry about that. So this is Mark chapter 7 and verse 14. And when he had called all the people unto him, he said unto them, Hearken unto me, every one of you, and understand. So now it's Yahweh Shai speaking. There is nothing from without a man that entereth into him can defile him, but the things which come out of him, those are they that defile the man. So we live in a wicked society. By the simple fact of you being in this captivity, you've seen things that are evil. You've witnessed things that are evil. Your mind has took in evil things. Now we understand our mind constantly sees evil things. Now, what do you do with those things that come into your mind? Okay. When you have evil thoughts, do you accept it or do you reject it? Do you rebuke it? If any man have ears to hear, let him hear. So this is speaking of your spiritual ear. Okay. And when he was entered into the house from the people, his disciples asked him concerning the parable. And he said unto them, Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him? So, for example, you can't rebuke a brother because he's into watching scary movies. Yeah, he's actually looking at it. His mind is taking that in. But is he going to be influenced to want to go do something evil now because of the scary movie? Or because you might listen to a certain song and the song is wicked as hell, which I can't do it. If the song is just on some nonsense, I can't do it no more. Back in the world, I could. But if you're listening to a song and it's just promoting a bunch of garbage, yeah, you're listening to it as you're taking it in, but what are you going to present? Are you going to do what the song says? You hear a woman talking about being a whore and a slut, so now what? You're influenced or inspired to thinking that, okay, maybe it's okay to be in a whore and a slut. There's a good light on it because she said it. She's successful, you know? So it's not the things that go into a man that defile him. It's the things that come out of a man. All right, verse 19, Mark 7:19. Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil. Okay, so it's from within, okay, where you have different thoughts, good and bad thoughts. Now, every wicked thing that a person does, it starts where? It starts in the mind first. Before a man or a woman commits adultery, it starts in the mind. Before someone steals from their brother or their sister, where does it start? It starts in the mind. Before someone gets involved in serving idols, it starts in the mind. So verse 21, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thefts, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness. All right, when you go into lasciviousness, it's just an excessive amount of indulging in lust. You know, you have men, they cannot stop committing adultery for nothing. They just love popping man's wife. They have a lust of popping women who are married. Okay, that would be an example of lasciviousness. An evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. See, so it's not what goes into the man that defiles him. That's not speaking of eating a pork chop sandwich and then drinking a soda and then calling it good. And then saying, see, the Lord's merciful. That's just speaking of, yeah, we are constantly being surrounded by evil. We see evil all the time. Our mind, our thoughts are just taking these things in consistently. But it's what comes out. It's how you respond. It's how you perform. That's what really matters. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. Okay, so when you're defiled from the inside, spiritually, a lot of times that's going to show on the outside. Now, when you look at this picture of me with my dreads, because of my inside, spiritually, being lost, being in the world, you notice not only do I have dreadlocks, okay, but I have a lineup on my face. Okay, give me a second. Okay, my bad. So yeah, if you look on my face, I had a lineup. Lining my face up. I did that myself. And coming into this truth, you realize you can't do that no more. So the inner man is more important than the outer man. It's the inner man where the changes are made and then it shows on the outer man. Okay? No, what's going on here. Matthew 23. Matthew 23 and verse 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Sorry, I got my Bible verse in the middle of the picture there. So, as much as it's important for your outer man, your appearance does matter. The scriptures tell you that you can judge a man by his look. But what's really important is what the Lord sees on the inside. But once you're inside, your spirit is being made renewed daily. It shows on the outside. That's why the people who know you in the world, it's as if they don't know you anymore because you're a totally different person. All right? Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. Imagine me giving you a canister, and I told you it was hot cocoa. But what I didn't tell you, I haven't washed the inside of this canister in over 3 years. So there's a bunch of mold and just filth on the inside of it. But you're looking at the outside of the canister. So when you drink it, you're thinking, oh, it's just cocoa. But if you were to open it up and you see all the mold and mildew and the filth on the inside, you'd be disgusted. So the inside man is more important than the outer appearance. But the inside man is going to reflect the outer man. In this sense, that's why I cut my dreadlocks. All right. And the scriptures also said that it's a shame for a man to have long hair. My dreads were a little longer than that when I cut them. All right. But I cut them. I did it because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai said that it's a shame for a man to have long hair, and it's an unclean thing. Dreads are unclean. You know, it's heathenistic. There's nowhere in the scriptures that justify dreadlocks. And once that was pretty much made clear, I did the research. I was looking into it. I was, finding pretty much, I guess you can call loopholes, trying to justify my dreads. Once I didn't have a fighting chance in hell because the scriptures did not justify it, I had to cut them. I cut them. And in fact, when I first started to teach, the very first attempt was when I had dreadlocks. I pulled up and I got nervous. I didn't even get out the car. I went home. I saw a video. It was Elder Apostle Gabar saying, if the scripture says it's a shame for a man to have long hair, it's a shame for a man to have long hair. Bad impression. But, after he said that, I was like, yeah, that's right. It's in the scriptures. It's right there. I can't fight against that. I got to chop these bad boys off. And I ain't had my dreadlocks ever since. And those dreads were important to me. But that was almost like my initiation, one of my initiations of coming into this truth, because I wasn't going to cut those for nobody. All right. Matthew 23 and 26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. So it starts from within first. You got to be right within. You can show the world on the outside that you're a changed man. You can show the world on the outside because you're wearing garments that you come off as being a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, but inside, really, you're not right. You have guys like that. And then you have guys who are sincere. And deep down inside, they really are about this truth. They're about this life, and you know who you are. But we have to be transformed inwardly first, and it's going to reflect outwardly. Don't just be those guys who transform themselves outwardly, but the inside is just dead man's bones. So I'm going to close it out. This is the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed, okay, by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the power. So we can't be conformed to this world. Back in the world, you were conformed to this world. I was conformed to this world. When you come into this truth, the Lord transforms you, man. You become a different person. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the power. And the Lord's will is that we leave behind that old man and serve him. A totally new person, to where people who come into your life now shouldn't even know who you were in your old life unless you told them, unless you brought it up. They would only see you for who you are now. Now, the people in the world, they may hold on to that old man, but they also died with that old man. That's why they're not in your life like that. Okay? So we have to, consider our inwardly more than our outwardly, but the inwardly reflects on the outwardly as well. Don't just be an outwardly guy and your inwardly is just diminished, destroyed. It's far more important that you work on you as a person. Get your spirit renewed every day. Have your mind on things that matter every day, because this world has nothing to offer but death and destruction. It's polluted, according to Micah 2:10. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out there. Be ye transformed inwardly first. And Lord willing, this lesson was simple and it was edifying. So Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Shalom.